Football League. Welcome to Seahawks Press Pass. Here's the head coach of the Seattle Seahawks, Pete Carroll.
We've been on the road for a while, and it's good to come home. It's good to be coming home to CenturyLink. So, guys are real tuned in today, ready to get this week going and try to continue to make a move to get better. Raiders coming in. This has been a team that's had a big transition with the coaching change here during the season, which always is a big deal. And they've played really hard and really tough, and they've been in every game. And we've seen them play really good against really good teams. And so we're going to get loaded up for a really good ball game and expect their best. And the emergence of Derek Carr throwing football is really, I'm sure, sparked them. He's looked terrific. He had a fantastic San Diego game, and again, he threw the ball 50-something times, last week, and they're really committed to him, and you can see why. He's really equipped. We saw him in preseason, and he tore us up, and so they've got our attention. Surely back from preseason ball, so we're gonna get ready for a big week, and we're excited about it.
What did you see from Carr in that preseason game?
He hit everything. He tore us up. Came in boldly, and they didn't just kind of dink it around. They showed that they had some belief that he could be a down the field guy, and they certainly have gone that way. The receivers have been on fire, and we saw him move. We saw him throw the deep ball. We saw him throw some times, quick stuff underneath, and just show a lot of poise. So he's demonstrated that now. He's got good numbers right now.
Do you have any further idea of the status of Bobby Wagner and Zach Miller going forward? How they're going to kind of come along for you?
Well, what I can tell you is that Zach had a real good meeting back with the doctors in North Carolina. I talked to him in the training room today. It's the best he's felt by far. He made a big jump from the treatment that they did over the weekend, and so that's a real positive sign. It's the first really good positive sign we've had, and he was really encouraged by that. Bobby got a good report. He's staging along, moving ahead, but neither one of those guys are going to make it this week.
You made 2 moves yesterday, so you have a couple spots on the roster. Can you fill those?
Yeah. We moved up LJ Fort, and we signed Will Tukuafu to come in and play fullback for us. See how he does. LJ's going to play on defense for us, and he's been a linebacker. At Denver, last time we saw him on film, and he was in a week ago, and we liked what he did. So with the necessity of Malcolm being banged up, we thought we needed to do that.
So is Malcolm out this week then? Or?
Don't know that yet. Don't know.
How about? Oh, go ahead. I just say, Byron Maxwell, Max Hunter. Were they?
Max is going to practice today. We'll see how far he goes and how he tolerates it. So that's real encouraging for him. He's excited about it. He looked good in the walkthrough stuff we've done. We won't know until we get through the week how he tolerates the workload as always, but that's positive. Byron is making big improvements. He's really getting close, and I don't want to rule him out for this week. We'll see how he does, and we'll see what happens. But these guys are really going day to day right now and see if how they can tolerate work and all of that. Anybody else want to ask a question before somebody else?
What are the possible pitfalls of playing at 0-17? This part of this season.
Well, I mean, anytime that you play a team that's been struggling, that you could look at them and say, okay, they're not playing good ball. The film doesn't show that. They've had turnover problems that have caused their issues for the most part, but they've played really tough on defense. They're only allowing 3.7 a rush with their front, and that's a tough stout front. And teams have tried to run the ball at them, so they've done a good job there. And they show a real explosive, dynamic throwing game right now at Addison, and we have to be ready for that. So hopefully all of that makes enough sense. However, that really doesn't have anything to do with it. It's really us getting ready, and we have to take each week as a championship week, and we've got to prepare like that. And we do that by doing it today. We take care of it today, then we'll move to the next one. And if we do that right, then we'll be ready to play this game.
Tampa Bay was in a similar situation coming in here last year. The fact that game kind of went like it did, is that something you use to kind of say, hey, look, this could happen if we don't take it seriously?
That example has been a really big example for us. Not so much this week. It's been because we thought we woke up in terms of fundamental football and doing things, the basics of this game better than we had prior to that. So that was a big wake-up call for us, and we've utilized that. So it's been kind of a topical conversation for us to stay with the fundamentals and stay with it and not lose our game. And so it was about this time, a couple of weeks or something from now, maybe a week from now, last year, that we struggled in that game. That's the only similarity that we've got to continue to find our fundamentals, regardless of where it is and who it is and all of that. And hopefully we can do that.
What did you think of Kevin Pierre-Louis last week?
He did really well. He played very well. He had some exciting plays. He's real fast, and he played real fast. He looked fast on the field. Did good in the open field. Blitzed really well, as you said. And he'll be a part of the plan if Malcolm can't go this week.
When you guys got him, you talked a lot about his speed, but what were some of the other areas that he's needed to kind of get better at his
he's just got to learn the game. He's really a diligent kid. He really stays after it. It's really important to him. He's made very good strides. He was hampered by being banged up, and that's the only thing. It was just time, and so he has to get out there and make sense of the game plan and make sense of the opponent's style and fit things up right. So it's a matter of consistency right now. We really think he can play. We don't have any question that he can be a factor and help us.
Even if Malcolm was available, are you going to look to try to get him involved more on the defense?
We're trying to get everybody rotating at this point. We want everybody that's dressed to play if we can do it and utilize the whole roster. So it applies there too.
When Seahawks Press Pass continues, we'll hear more from head coach Pete Carroll.
I don't think we need to have anybody step into a leadership role that hasn't been. I think we're just asking our guys to continue.
Seahawks Press Pass is presented by Verizon. Stream more live games than ever before with NFL Mobile, exclusively from Verizon.